Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. My name is Kim Danke. I am the Shibboleth new member fast track instructor, and all I've got to say to start this webinar is recipes, recipes, recipes. If you are interested in those fun things that you can cook, living the Shibboleth lifestyle that your family could enjoy, you can enjoy, whether you're cooking for a lot of people, whether you're just cooking for a few people, we've got all kinds of recipes. So we're going to go over recipes tonight and the grocery list. It's going to be really, really awesome. If you are here with me tonight, whether you're in the Zoom room or you're on Facebook, please get a membership if you do not have one. And if you want to buy one for a friend, you can do that as well. Memberships are $65 today for a lifetime. The price goes back up to our normal price, $99 for a year tomorrow. It's still a steal, but why not get a real steal and get that tonight? So you can get that at shibbolethdeals.com. Shibboleth, which is SHIBBOLETH deals.com. And if you are in the Zoom room, please take a second to set your chat to everyone and then say hello. Hey, Vicki, glad you're here with me tonight. If you are on Facebook, please say hello. Let me know you are here. Now on Facebook, my friends who are with me on Facebook, my phone is about to die. So if it dies and I don't respond to you, just know it died because I don't have my charger here with me. So if you really want to be with us, you might join the Zoom room. You can just go to the pink online webinars tab and get there. Now you'll still be able to see me on Zoom. I just wouldn't be able to respond to any comments. Okay, let's see. We've got Molly with us. Hey, Molly. There's Melanie. Melanie, you're doing so good. I was so excited to see your weight loss when you said that to Travis last night. That's awesome. That was you, right, Melanie? Hey, Leona and Michelle and Jelena. Hi, I came to see the things you teased us about this morning in the Shibby show. What was it? I can't remember. The recipes. The two things. Thank you, Jelena. Thank you. It's been a long day. Thank you for reminding me of those things I teased about. That was funny. Okay, I get it now. Hey, Jennifer, Rob is working and is sad he can't be here with us tonight. Oh, yes. Well, this will be recorded. You tell him that we appreciate that he's a little sad not being with us here tonight, but it is recorded, Jennifer, and so he can watch that. Okay. Melanie, yes, congratulations. That is amazing. Hey, Melissa, glad you're here. Thank you, Melanie. We'll make him have a big laugh. Okay, let me get a sip of this water. Maybe more than a sip, almost the whole bottle. Okay, let's see. Julie. Hey, Julie. Melanie. Hey, Melanie. Melanie's here. Thank you. Thank you. Feel free to share, y'all. And then Julie, hi, coming to hang out with you this evening. I came to see the new recipe stuff too. Yes, it's two things that have to do with the grocery list that people will really appreciate. One has to do with the recipes and one has to do with quickly and easily creating a grocery list. And I actually need to readjust some of my wording in the fast track laps. Now, if you are brand new and you have not watched the Sunday night webinar, that is the webinar that started the week, your week of knowledge. So you can join us tonight. It's not a problem, but make sure that you go back and watch Sunday and Monday and Tuesday nights too, okay? Now, sometimes people just get started and they go all the way around. It's fine too, but I think you might enjoy everything that you hear if you've watched that Sunday and Monday as well. But still hang out with us tonight because you're going to learn a lot of information. All righty, so we are going to head over to the fast track. Fast track is where it's at. Fast track is our very organized, methodical system of teaching you what you need to know on the Shibboleth lifestyle. Okay, so we did lap 3 last night. I'm going to uncheck these boxes. So one of the changes, I get to start off by talking about one of the changes. One of the changes is this. Okay, it says create a grocery list in the resources, foods, and recipes tab. But guess what? Thank you, Patty. Guess what? You no longer have to create your grocery list first. So I can actually just take that out now, which is going to be great. So used to, I said that you had to, in order to add foods to a grocery list, the grocery list must be created first. And then I said, if you shop at multiple stores, it's a good time to create a grocery list for all the stores you think you might shop at. So we are not going to create a grocery list first in this lesson. So I'm gonna go ahead and check that box. But what we are going to do now is we are going to add some food items from the food library to a grocery list. All right, so I'm gonna click right here. And I really want y'all to do this before you check this box off. You're watching me do it tonight, but the act of you doing it yourself is really what gets your brain thinking and helps you understand more. So I want you to add items to a grocery list before you check this box over here. But for practice, pick some foods from the food library and add them to one of your grocery lists. Adding a food item to a grocery list can be done from two places. It's in the food list. It's the last button to the right of the food item, or once you've opened up a food item, it is the green button. Let's see. Heidi, yes, that is one of the features I was referring to this morning. Yes, because you don't have to create a grocery list first. In fact, when I first started Shibboleth and I was like, yeah, add it to a grocery list, I actually requested this about 2 years ago. And it has finally come to fruition, which is awesome. Now, there's a lot more things that are higher priority in development, okay, but they've done it. Yay. Okay, so let's click here. And y'all tell me, I want to see three items, whether you are on Facebook or in the Zoom room. Let me, the first three food items that I see, we are going to look those up. We're going to look at the categories and all the details about those, and we're going to add those to those. I'm glad you like it, Heidi. I love it. I love it. So 3 food items, y'all. We're going to type tonight. Y'all get ready to type. Get your typing fingers out. Who wants to see they're curious about a food that you want to know if you can still have on Shibboleth? Y'all let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to pizza. Looks like I got to go to pizza. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to pizza. We have a pizza link for the topic of pizza. Why do we have a topic on pizza? Because people ask about it all the time. They want to know if they can eat their pizza. And yes, you can have pizza. Okay, Molly says peanut butter. Okay, we'll look that one up. That's awesome. Okay, so when I clicked on that pizza link, now not everything has a grouping like pizza does, okay? But when I clicked on the pizza link, it gave me, let's see, all of these items. Okay. That's a nice list of pizza. There is no reason a person could not find some pizza that they like out of this category, okay? Now, pizza in general, oh, Heidi's watching from Arizona. Awesome. We're glad you're with us. Pizza in general is going to be more like a 0 on the weight loss meter. As a matter of fact, if you scan down and look at these little blue boxes, these are the weight loss meter in the listing. You can see a lot of zeros, okay? So I'm just going to kind of leave them there. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scan down. And I know that many of you have heard me mention this Classico traditional pizza sauce before. And so I use that. I'm going to go ahead and click that there. This is a condiment. And we also have it under the tag of pizza. I really like that. So I'm going to give it 5 stars. It's a 0 on the weight loss meter. I've hearted it. But let's say that I now want to add this to a grocery list. Used to, I had to have a grocery list created first, but watch what happens now. If I click this, I get 2 extra lines. Those of you that were hanging out with me before, this name for new and date for new grocery list wasn't there before. You had to pick it from here, okay? But I am going to do another one. I'm going to call it Publix. Actually, I'm going to call it Kroger. And then I'm just going to pick today's date. That's fine. But now it went ahead and added it to that. And there's a Kroger list waiting there now for me. So I didn't have to take that extra step of creating a grocery list first. So yay, I love efficiency and things that are streamlined. Okay, so that's good. So that's the first thing I wanted y'all to know about. Now let's go back and let's look at some other pizza. So I really like this Amy's pizza. I was eating. Oh, good. I'm glad you like that, Shannon. It really is awesome. It really, really is. Okay, so this pizza, I was eating this pizza before Shibboleth. This is, I think it's really good. I like the spinach version of this one, but I've already given this 5 stars. I've hearted it. It's a 0 on the weight loss meter. You've just got to know that pizza's a 0 on the weight loss meter, mostly. There are some that are really high protein pizzas, and you can get some that are lower in the negative numbers, but not most of them, okay? So this is actually considered a meal replacement, and you can have up to a third of the pizza. That's a nice size meal choice, okay? And it doesn't even say that you have to have anything else with it. All right, so that's really good. Where to buy? I've bought it at Kroger before. In fact, I've already done that. Okay. I don't know where else people buy it. I just buy it at Kroger. But in this information down here is member entered data. Okay. So you can always add a new thing if you want to right here by clicking add new. Okay. So if I want to add this to my grocery list, now I've already got the Kroger one in there. So I don't need to build a new one. But now in that block, it gives you the opportunity to build that new one. Okay. So now, anyway, I'm going to move on because you can look at that. I'm going to pull up peanut butter. Now, in general, Molly, peanut butter is approved if it doesn't have any hydrogenated vegetable oil in it, more natural peanut butters. But we do have what I call a hierarchy of the best peanut butters, but any natural one with no hydrogenated vegetable oils in it can be used. So it returned, we have 122 things, Molly, that have the word peanut butter in them. Now, that might not necessarily be a jar of peanut butter. It could be like right here, it says 1 slice of Ezekiel bread with 1 tablespoon of approved peanut butter. So there's just some other random things in there like that, okay? But the peanut butters do you have a specific one, Molly, that you want us to look at? Because if not, I'm going to talk about this, better than peanut butter. So let's say that I already know that I want better than peanut butter, and I don't need to open it up and look at all the details. I probably already know all the details. I can just come right here and click add to grocery list. We'll add it to that Kroger list and we're good to go. But if you do want to click it and open it up and see it, okay. So really, if you're using it for the family, better than peanut butter is a super duper high quality. Some of the fat has been pulled out of it and more protein has been left in or infused in it. So this is why this one happens to be so good. Now, peanut butter is a category 6 superfood. And so you could have, if you wanted to eat 2 tablespoons, it would be a -1 on the weight loss meter. Or you could do greater than 2 tablespoons equals 0 on the weight loss meter. And if you were to eat this as a snack, it would be +1 on the weight loss meter. But this is a really great peanut butter because some of the fat's been pulled out and it's got more protein. So this is a good one. But if you move over into, if y'all really like flavored peanut butter, let's come right down here to nuts and more. I got to click the show more button. And see how some of these things, like right there, Nature's Trail protein, chewy granola bars, peanut butter, dark chocolate. That isn't all 100% peanut butter. So you could just not look at those things. But we are seeing a lot of 0s and a lot of 1s, so you just want to keep that in mind. But the nuts and more is what I was looking for. This stuff is, and Michelle says that she likes the powdered peanut butter. It's probably even better because they're able to fortify it with protein. This is a superfood or a snack. It's also gluten-free. You can have 2 tablespoons as a snack. I clicked on the powdered one. I don't know where the other one is. But anyway, I wanted to show you the peanut butter, the nuts and more peanut butter. Oh well, I won't worry about it. If you've heard of Optavia, which is a product that people sometimes use before they come to Shibboleth and then they get tired of spending a whole bunch of money. So even a lot of their products, see, we do not discriminate against foods. You know, if it works, we'll put it in here. So there's that Optavia product. I've seen Arbonne products in here. I've seen Plexus products in here, all kinds of products. But then the peanut butter and company right here. And there's just general peanut butter, nut butter in general, Molly. But the peanut butter is really good too. The peanut butter and company, they even have flavored ones of that. So that's really, really awesome. Okay. Michelle says the powdered peanut butter is category 1. What? That's amazing. That's amazing. Which one? This, like this PB? Okay, that one's a 6. You'll have to tell me which one so I can look that up, Michelle. Awesome. Okay. So we're gonna hop off of that peanut butter, but y'all see the point. You add foods to to the grocery list. You can add it from right here, or once you open up an item, you can add it from right here. And now you also have the ability to just go ahead and create a grocery list right when you're ready to add something to a grocery list, which is amazing. Oh, okay, Michelle, it's a 6. It's a 6. Yes, it's a superfood because it has all 4 macronutrients in there. It's got water and fat and protein and carbs. Okay, so we're going to hop off that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to check this box because we've added a couple. See, really, once you've done something, it's not that hard to know how it works. It's just the act of doing it and playing so you see. Okay, so the next 2 tasks that are on this list, we are going to do at the same time. So we're going to familiarize ourselves with the recipe library, and then we're going to add recipes to the grocery list as we are exploring the recipe library. So we're going to search the recipe library for your favorites. Y'all get ready to type. I want to see some things you might be interested in knowing about. This is a database built by our Shibboleth family. As you are exploring, please heart each recipe that you think you might like to try. Hearting the recipe adds it to your personal favorites, which can be found in your My Journal tab or the My Favorites tab in the recipe library. Hey, Deidre, we'll look up waffles. And then right down here, it says add recipe to a grocery list. This is so cool. Each recipe required ingredient can be added to the grocery list with the click of a button. Once the recipe has been opened, click the green add to grocery list button. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click here. It's going to take us to the recipe library. And before I look up waffles, I want y'all to see how this page is laid out so you'll know how to use it. First of all, the thing that is important about this is these pictures change every time you come back to this page. These pictures change. So don't expect them to be the exact same picture. So what I used to tell people is, like, if you hover your mouse over these pictures, you see that black box pops up. I used to say to write it down. But what somebody taught me recently was really awesome, that if I right click on this and then open a new tab, I can go ahead and just have it open, ready, sitting there. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I like it because we'll go check out those egg rolls in a minute. So there's pan roasted fish with rice and cilantro edamame pesto. That's some fanciness. Grilled salmon with chipotle raspberry glaze. Wow. Zydeco soup. Lobster wrap with avocado salsa. Egg roll in a bowl. Easy beef stroganoff. We'll open that one in a new link. Mct Gravy. I want to look at that. We're going to open that in a link. And pancake corn dogs. That sounds interesting. Y'all can tell I am not your fancy girl because I opened all those that seemed more simple than those. Okay. But once you have hearted some things, you'll find it right here in your My Favorites. So if you are looking at a recipe, here is a massively huge tip. Just heart something. If you even think it looks appealing to you, heart it, because you probably won't be able to find it again. Okay. And I'm not saying it's hard to find things in here. It's just that there's so much in here. And we have a lot of stuff flowing through our heads all the time. So if you think, oh, did it have this in it? Was the name of it this? Who knows? Just heart it so that you can have it easily accessible to you right there in the My Favorites tab. Okay. Right there. Can y'all see that little circle flashing when I type that? Oh yeah, you can. Okay, cool. Now, if you end up being able to add a new recipe to the recipe library, you'll do that right here at this green button. But before you do anything like that, you would be having a conversation with Kim Shibboleth, our food guru, okay, which is not me. Now, there's a filters button right here. We're going to click that in just a second. There is a search bar right there. And then just like in a recipe book or a cookbook, you are going to have things in sections. You have sections for appetizers, sections for breakfast. Yes, yes, Shannon. And let's see, Angelia, hello. If you've already gone over the two new things about the grocery list, can you repeat it? I just logged in. I will. I've only been over one of them, Angelia, only one of them, but I will repeat it. Thank you for remembering that. And then you've got your condiments and your desserts and main dishes. So this is just like a cookbook. This is a digital cookbook divided by section. Now, if you like to cook, I would highly suggest that you come on over here to the recently added regularly. I want to see what egg sandwich is. So yeah, come over here regularly and have a look. Now this Mike is my friend Dawn's husband. He's quite the chef and he does everything to perfect his meals before. I've heard people say, Brenda is a good cook. Whoever Brenda is, she's a good cook. So I would come over here and check these out regularly. All right. And then if you are looking at this on a computer or a tablet or an iPad, you're going to see the screen like I'm showing you tonight. And you would have each section listed in absolutely everything that's in that section, just listed in alphabetical order underneath it. But on a phone, you're going to see it like this part over here. All right. And if you scroll on down, we finally get to breakfast, the next thing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on this filters first because I want you to see the filters. Now, the filters that you can use and find, there's multiple ways to play in the food library, but filters is kind of a fun one, I think. So when you click filters, you can click on cooking for 1 to 2 people, cooking for family, crock pot, few ingredients, and no bake. Now, I want to let y'all know something that I have just recently figured out. Sometimes I'm cooking for just myself, okay? And the recipe in the recipe library is for multiple people. And I've wasted some food recently because I should have halved a recipe and things like that. So my questions now are to myself, am I cooking this for multiple people? If I'm not, my next look is how many servings does this make? Because if it makes 12 servings, maybe I just cut that thing way down and not make as much. Now, some of them aren't going to be as easy to do that with, but these are the little thought processes that I'm going through. Or if it makes 12 servings and it will save well, then I could eat on that all week. So those are just some of the questions that I would ask myself. And this came up with me this weekend when I made the 2 ingredient gluten-free cream cheese pancakes. So there's only 2 ingredients. It was eggs and fat-free cream cheese. Well, I did not process this until afterwards. It said 4 eggs. Y'all, does anybody else do this? Whatever it says 4 eggs. Okay, you crack 4 eggs. And then it says 4 ounces of cream cheese. Okay, I cracked 4 ounces of cream cheese. Well, it was really 2 servings. I was only making it for me. I really should have just used 2 eggs and 2 ounces of fat-free cream cheese, and then I would have had a meal with no leftovers. So y'all, I am not much of a chef, but I would like to be. So I was very proud of myself in figuring out you have to ask yourself questions. So that's just a part of learning that I'm continuing to grow in my journey with Shibboleth, which is awesome. Okay, so anyway, we've got these filters at the top. And then as we discussed last night, we have a weight loss meter for the food items in the food library. Well, we also have a weight loss meter for these recipes. So these recipes are here, but then you might ask yourself, well, I'm in weight loss mode and I really want to do the recipes that are absolutely the best for weight loss. And so you would just set your little weight loss meter down there. Maybe you want to set to negative 1, -3. So you'll get all the negative numbers. Well, I'm not being a happy clicker. I'm letting that thing generate. Okay. But now maybe I want to see the crock pot meals that are in that. And you could filter it the opposite way of what I just did. Either way doesn't matter. So now it's going to filter, and just all these are crock pot meals, and they are all negative numbers. Do you see how the crock pot is green? That means you have that one chosen. Okay, well, I also like to organize these by weight loss meter. So if I click in this box, it's going to put them in all together. All my -2s, all my -3s, all my -1s. There we go. Okay. And then if you look over here, you can actually see how many likes that recipes have gotten. Well, one of the things that I figured out, the ones that have lots and lots and lots of likes, they've been around a long time. So I wouldn't necessarily just judge on the number of likes. I mean, it is kind of fun to know other people really like it, but what if it just got in the recipe library last week and it's absolutely delicious? It wouldn't have time to have lots and lots of likes. So it's really a cool thing, but don't use that 100% completely in your decision on what to pick. Okay. Now, if you end up not liking it, unheart it so it can come out of your favorites. Okay. You can also rate things too. And so you see how if I put my mouse in this name box, you see how a hand comes up? If I click there, I'm gonna see what it does. I think it may put them in alphabetical order. It just put all the recipes in alphabetical order. Okay. See how my mouse is right here in categories, but no little hand is coming up. I'm going to see if it, I just clicked it. I'm playing tonight, y'all. Okay. It didn't change anything, but do you see how I put my hand over this and a mouse comes up? Because it will reorganize these things according to weight loss meter. And then right here, number of likes. Watch, if I click number of likes, the top one's going to end up with the most at the top. I hope. Trying not to be a happy clicker. Okay, so it did, but it started with the lowest. So if I click this again, let's see if it does it the opposite way. From the highest to lowest, because right now it's lowest to highest. And like I said, it's just interesting to see the likes, but don't judge a food just because of the number of likes. Okay, now you see it's got the highest to lowest now. So basically what I'm pointing out at this time is that if I put my mouse in the square or the field and it doesn't give me a little hand, I've just got the little arrow there, that one is not going to reorganize anything. So this one would reorganize and this one would reorganize. See, the categories is no longer a hand. It's not going to reorganize, but the name one would. Isn't that interesting? Okay. So I'm going to scroll down here though. Look, we've got 69 entries. If I wanted to see all of these entries in one place, look, I could even adjust how many entries it shows. That way I don't have to click on the next button. So anyway, those are just some other things. Well, let's see that we want to, let's look at this crock pot Mexican chicken. It's a -1 on the weight loss meter. That looks really good. I've actually hearted it, but I've never made it. So it's in the cooking for the family filter, it's in the crock pot filter, and it's in the few ingredients filter. So this one would be 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And I love this feature. Look, they don't, well, we all know what chicken is, but they don't expect you to remember what all these things are. They just flat out tell you it's a category 1 lean protein. And then if you needed, Julie says this is delicious. Awesome, Julie. If you needed to see what an item is, then you could click here and it will take you to the food library, and then you can learn a little bit more about that item. Like, let's say it's some type of thing you've never heard of or seen before, and you might want to flip over into the food library to read a little bit more about that. So this is, I love this website. Okay, 1 package of taco seasoning, 1 15-ounce can of black beans drained, 1 cup of corn, 1.5 cups of chunky medium salsa, and cilantro to taste. Now, I don't like cilantro, so I wouldn't even put it in there. All right, so we got our directions there, and then you got your serving notes. So you could use up to 1.5 cups, and then it says see description. This is a category 6+1 plus condiment. You can have this alone, but a category 2 would make it better. You can have up to 1 cup with a side salad. Okay, so right here, do you see how that says 1.5 cups? Well, they're saying that if you eat a side salad, you need to back off on that to a cup. A cup with a side salad or a category 2 tortilla to make yourself a little wrap with a little Fage total 0% Greek yogurt, like if you wanted to use that like sour cream, or fat-free sour cream and cilantro, or you can have up to 1.5 cups alone. So that is looks like a great recipe. I am slightly confused right here, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because my brain is going ding, 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 ding. There's corn. Corn is a 3. I don't see a 3 listed down there. So I just screenshotted that because I like to ask things. If you notice things like that, you should ask too, because maybe we need to add that there. Or maybe there's a reason they didn't put it there, but I would say that it probably needs to be there because it says category 3 right there. So that would need to be down there. So I'm going to ask that question. All right, so let's say that we do want to make this, and Angelia, this is going to be one of the new things. Let's say we do want to make this. Oh, let me show this first. I keep teasing her. Look, you can click the print button. If you want to print this, you can print it. You can put it in a binder, maybe 3-hole punch it and put it in your binder, okay? Well, oops. Okay, so here it is. Now, here we go, Angelia. If we click right here, if we do not already have a grocery list made, we can now create our grocery list from this box. So the point is, we don't have to create a grocery list first anymore. We can explore, and then when we're ready to add our first thing to the grocery list, you have a spot here to just go ahead and create your grocery list. This is so smart because a lot of times people would go, well, I'm trying to add it to my grocery list. Where's the grocery list? Well, that's why I explained in the fast track laps that you had to create your grocery list first, but now I can take that part out. So what you would do is you would just type in the name of a grocery store and you could pick the date that you wanted it to be, and then you click add. So basically just now, I just added that to the Publix grocery list because I was showing Angelia how to do that. But because I'm going to go over a grocery list in just a second, I want to add it to my Kroger grocery list for today. Okay, so we looked at crock pot Mexican chicken. Okay, now let's look at waffles. So I'm just typing waffles into the search bar, and then I'm going to sit and wait. Okay, we have 3 different entries for waffles. We've got almond flour waffles, carb quick waffles, cheesy bacon cauliflower waffles. Okay, they're all a -1 on the weight loss meter. They all say breakfast. This one even says main dish. Okay, we've got 131 likes, 289 likes, 19 likes. And then we've got some ratings over here. Okay, well, I'm going to open up this Carb Quick Waffles just because it's probably the one that people really want the most. But we'll have a look at the others. So remember that you could print it if you want to. And let's see, 1/3 cup of Carb Quick, 1/4 cup Carb Master Milk or fat-free Fairlife milk, and 1/4 cup of egg whites. Y'all, I've made these before and they are good. You mix it all together, and I love this. This entire recipe is 1 serving, 1 serving. So if you want to make multiple servings for the family, you just increase the number. This is a category 1 and 2. Where's the 1? Egg whites. Where's the 2? The Carb Quick. Where's another 1? The milk. See, this is a 1 and a 2. I'm talking we are eating good. We are eating good. You can have the waffle alone or with a lean protein. I'd probably add some Canadian bacon. For instance, you could have your waffle and a couple of slices of category 1 Canadian bacon. There you go. Fried deli turkey. Category 1 alfresco uncured chicken bacon, which, by the way, that stuff's good. You could have a little category 1 yogurt with it or some egg whites. You may also add condiments, keeping in mind that condiments with calories may affect the weight loss meter. You're welcome, Deidre. You're welcome. We'll look up some sausage too. Okay, so let's just say that we want to add this to our grocery list. I'm going to click the Kroger one and click add. All right, so let's look up sausage. Now, sausage, if we're looking up sausage here, Deidre, we're looking up recipes to make sausage. But if you want to look up just sausage that's already made that you could purchase in the grocery store, you would do that from the food library, not the recipe library. But we're going to go ahead and look this up. Sausage, let's see. Okay, so we have, I like to scroll down and see, oh, we've got 32 entries, okay. And I'm going to click this button. I want to see which ones are the best for weight loss. Okay, now you're going to notice that sometimes there are things that don't have a weight loss meter, and that is because we weren't always doing the weight loss meter. That was a new idea that came to Travis, and some things don't have it. So if you're curious about what this fried cabbage with sausage is, watch what you could do. Okay, let's scroll all the way down to the bottom. Do you see where it says add a comment? Let me just double check that there's no weight loss meter. There's not. Okay, I'm going to say, what would the weight loss meter be on this recipe? And Kim Shibboleth will figure it out and add that in there, okay? So if you see one, feel free to do that. Now, give her some time. She only works 20 hours a week, okay? So it's not like she can do all these things all at one time because, you know, you can't get to everything. All right. So this would be a recipe. I want to get off that one, though. Let's go back to those sausages. So anyway, there's tons and tons of different sausage. This one is very popular, cream cheese sausage balls. Let's go ahead and have a look at those. 1 pound of turkey sausage uncooked, and it gives you an example here. Honeysuckle breakfast turkey sausage roll. It's a category 4, protein plus fat. Well, I've never found that one. I mean, I really hadn't looked hard, but anyway, I found another one that's a category 4, and I just use it. So if it's equal things like a turkey sausage and it's category 4, you can change that, okay? This is just what the person who put the recipe in chose as what they used, but you could use equal thing. 8 ounces of fat-free cream cheese, softened. It's category 1. So we got category 4 and category 1. 1 1/4 cups Carb Quick, category 2. 1 cup of fat-free cheese is also a category 1. Okay, so that is going to be some yummy, yummy, yumminess. Let's come down here. The recipe makes 11 servings. If using as a snack or a main dish served with another category 2, or it makes 7 servings if you are having sausage balls alone as your entire meal. Let's look up here though. Makes 9 servings if you're using as a snack or main dish served with another category 2, or makes 6. I'd really have to read that, you know, at another time just to make sense of it, make sure I was using it the right way. But these things are very popular. So I'm going to add these to my grocery list. What have what with a side salad? They sausage balls. If you wanted sausage balls with it, I don't see why that would hurt. You would just want to make sure that, yeah, I don't see why that would be a problem. You just, at that point, what I would do is I would just put a few under this hand and then my little side salad under this hand. That's what I would do with that. Okay. Does anybody have anything they want me to look up? I'm going to take that, and Facebook died. So y'all on Facebook, I'm not ignoring you. My phone died. Now, Facebook didn't die. My phone did. So I'm not ignoring you. If you want to talk to me, come on over to the Zoom room. If anybody else has any ideas, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to look at some of these that okay. So somebody says, okay, a kale bean soup. Okay. Kale I'm just going to look up kale. That way we can just look that up. The fewer words you put in the better. And it would need to be a word that is in the recipe name. Otherwise, Jelena, what you could do is you could go into the word kale, the food kale in the food library, scroll down and see all the recipes that have been tagged with kale, because they'll have all of them, even if the word kale isn't in the recipe name, because in the recipe library, it goes by what the name is. So what we've got right here, a kale bean soup. Let's look. We got here's a kale beef and white bean soup. And here's a turkey sausage, kale, and white bean soup. Let's look at that one. Is that okay that it's got some meat in it, Jelena? Okay, so let's look. This has 1 bag of Jimmy Dean turkey sausage crumbles, okay, good. 1 clove of garlic minced, half a bunch of kale, leaves removed from ribs and rough chopped. I love information like that. This is good information for somebody who's not much of a chef or hasn't been. 1 cup of white beans, that's category 6. Kale's your category 2. This is a 4. 4 cups of 98% fat-free chicken broth, 2 cups of water, a small pinch of dried red pepper flakes, optional, and salt and pepper to taste. Looks like you just throw it all in and cook it up. So 1.5 cups. Awesome. I did, Deidre. I put the word kale in the search box. And that's going to pull up anything with kale in the name of the recipe. But if nothing pulled up, how I would have solved that problem is I would have gone into the food library, found kale, and then scrolled down to look at all the recipes that were tagged with kale. Because, okay, Jelena says she's got to try that shrimp and grits. Okay, well, let's go back. Let's see that. This Cajun shrimp and grits with garlic kale. Let's click it. Well, it looks good. Looks real good. It's a -2 on the weight loss meter too. Okay, so look, it says grits in quotes. Okay, it's 24 ounces of frozen cauliflower rice. That's going to be your grits. 2 teaspoons of ghee butter. Yay, Chris! I'm glad you're here with me. Hope your knee's better today. Half a cup of water or chicken stock. 2 cloves of garlic. Okay, so that makes your grits. Then you make your kale, and then you make your Cajun shrimp. Yes, awesome. Good, Chris. Let's go ahead and add that to our grocery list. Okay. And then I want to go back to that egg sandwich I was looking at here. Hopefully it'll take me back to the egg sandwich. You know what? I know where I can find the egg sandwich. It was right down there. Egg sandwich. I mean, what I'm really curious about this is, that's awesome, Jelena. That is awesome. She says she's become addicted to making different rice from cauliflower. That's fun. Okay. It's manageable, Chris. Oh, it'll get better and better. It will. Okay. 3/4 of a cup of egg beaters, 2 slices of approved category 2 bread, 1 slice of fat-free cheese, 1 tablespoon of reduced fat mayo if you want it. Okay. Okay. I make these all the time. All right. I just wanted to see if it was anything that I usually don't use egg beaters. I use real eggs. I mean, not real eggs, but category 4 whole eggs. Yeah, so I do that all the time. Okay, egg sandwich. If you like that, you can add that to your grocery list. Okay, pancake corn dogs. Oh, you know what? You know why I'm so into this right now? Because this weekend, I don't know if you have seen all the videos I was posting about, I'm cooking this and I'm doing that. It was kind of fun to make those things, but let me tell you, the bread pudding that I keep showing each week, I just made it for the weekend. I didn't even eat that as a snack. I ate that as a meal because it was a category 1 and 2. It was delicious. Yes. Thank you, Deidre. Okay, so a quarter cup of flapjacked pancake mix. You know what my mind says? Flapjacked. That's the same company that makes Mighty Muffins. So that should be pretty good. 1/8 of a cup of Carb Master milk, 2 ballpark smoked white turkey franks. Okay, so that's going to be a category 1. This is going to be a meal replacement, category 1. And then some mustard, and then some 0 Mct oil. Oh, good, Deb. Awesome. Awesome, Deb. I hope you're doing okay. We got some broken bones. I mean, no, Chris's is not broken, but Deb broke some ribs and her collarbone. So yes, I'm so, I hope you feel better. I hope you feel good today. So anyway, you can make these. So serving size is 3 to 6 pieces, 1 to 2 in cooking fat, serve with mustard. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Let's add that to the grocery list. I might even heart that so I can move it to my favorites, because remember, that's what we're supposed to do. Okay, and MCT gravy, one tablespoon of MCT, half a cup of water, quarter cup of King Arthur keto wheat flour blend. Okay, so when it says something very specific like that in something like this, I would make sure I used that, because the person putting this together probably played around with it to make sure that it was right. And maybe they got the right one from that. It's a category 2 fibrous carb. So you might be able to use Carb Quick. You might, but if somebody was trying to get a certain flavor of gravy, I like this wheat flour myself. Probably gave that a little bit of different texture and flavor than Carb Quick. So I'd probably use that one right there. Okay, I know it's painful, Deb. My goodness, just So serving size 1 to 2 tablespoons, and this would be your condiment. You know what? I'm gonna heart that. Might try that out. Put that on a Carb Quick biscuit. And then easy beef stroganoff. Let's have a look at this. 1 can of fat-free cream of mushroom, 1 pound of 96% lean ground beef, a half a can of water, half a package of carbonara pasta. You know what my mind is saying right now? My mind is saying, okay, that carbonara's got a 1, 2, and 3. It's a lean protein, a fibrous carb, and an energy carb. So I should not be seeing any category 4 protein plus fats in here. And I don't, so we're good. Quarter cup of fat-free cream cheese soup. Okay, and Deb says, Chris says that she used this making skinny pasta. Good. Michelle said that she made this in Tennessee and it's delicious. Awesome. You can have 1 to 1.5 cups. It's a category 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus condiment. Now, I'm saying that pretty quick, but for those of you who are brand new, all this means is category 1 is a lean protein, category 2 is a fibrous carb, and category 3 is an energy carb, and you're also using a condiment. 1, 2, and 3 together is a proper combination on our combination list. Okay. Let's say I want to, let me go ahead and heart that since I've heard good things about it. Add it to my grocery list. Okay. Egg roll in a bowl. I've heard this one's popular. I might want to try that. I'm going to go ahead and add it to my grocery list. I need to move on through that so I can show you all the grocery list. And then, okay, we looked at that earlier. Okay. All right. So I'm going to check this off because we have familiarized ourselves with the recipe library. And then we have added recipes to the grocery list. So I'm going to check those off. The next thing says, check out your created grocery lists. So we're going to hover this over. The black box pops up. Let's read it. Each grocery list can be customized before going shopping. When a full recipe is added to the grocery list, it adds every item needed. You may already have some staples at home. When you look at your grocery list, you can edit the items you do not need to purchase at the store. Notice how each item in the grocery list is listed by category. Isn't that amazing? It really is. Watch. Okay, I'm going to click here. This is taking me to the grocery list, but if I'm no longer in Fast Track, my grocery list is found right here in this Resources, Foods, and Recipes tab on grocery lists. Okay, so we've been adding things to the Kroger grocery list tonight, and everything is organized by category. I love that. But here's the new feature. Here's the new feature. Now, it doesn't go right next to the item because that would be very complicated to do. But every single recipe that we added to the grocery list is now listed at the bottom. So now you know why you're purchasing these things, because the request by my friend Rhonda Delaney was, I put these recipes in the grocery list, but then I can't remember which recipes I was making with them. So now you get to see the recipes that you are making with the stuff that's in the grocery list. Who likes it? Who likes that improvement? I know I do. I love it. I love it. Yes, Chris, thank you. And it really, really is great. Okay, so now you know which recipes you're making. Yes, Michelle. Awesome, Deb. And we're going to scroll through here, and I probably need all of the lean protein. You know what's funny? Why is this in category 1? I noticed things like this. Yeah, thank you, Jelena. Earlier, when we were looking at this King Arthur baking, it said it was a category 2. Oh, it's a 1 and a 2. Okay, I'll leave it there then. Okay. These are the type things that when you've looked at this so much, you start just checking things out. And then let's see. Angelia, I've searched for a good replacement for Pop-Tarts, but it came up with 0 results. What's a good? Oh, the Legendary Tasty Pastries. Legendary Tasty Pastries. And did you look for Pop-Tarts in the void replacement? Because that's where you'll find Pop-Tart. And I think it has to be 2 words. Just put in pop. Just put in pop. And it'll probably pull up that Legendary Tasty Pastry. My favorite one from the Legendary Tasty Pastry is the brown sugar and cinnamon, but they've got cookies and cream and red velvet cake and all kinds of stuff. Legendary Tasty Pastries. Okay, cool. All right, and then these are all the category 2 fibrous carbs you're going to purchase. These are all the category 3 energy carbs. Okay, there's your category 4s. There's your category 6s. Now, y'all saw that I threw a whole bunch of peanut butter, in there just looking. So maybe I don't need this. So I'm just going to remove that. You click the minus button and you can remove it from the grocery list. And okay, let's get some shrimp. Here's all of the condiments. Let's say that I already have rice vinegar at home. That sounds like something that's a staple. I don't even know what it is, but I'm going to remove that. Okay, freebies. Okay, let's say that I don't like cilantro. I know I don't like cilantro. I'm removing that. Okay, garlic. Okay, let's just say I already have Bragg's liquid aminos at home, because there's some things that you don't use up completely the first time you buy them. And I just do this to narrow down my list. I probably already have mustard at home. Now, I always leave water on my list, always, because I always need water. And then I can judge whether or not I need to purchase some. Because this is adding water because water was part of those recipes. But I'm always thankful that it's there because I need to buy some bottled waters. 0 calorie cooking spray. I would leave that on there if I need some, but if I don't need some, I can remove it. And then, okay, meal replacements. All right, I'm going to want to get both of those. Now, I'm curious. I don't know where flapjack protein pancake and baking mix is sold. Watch what I'm going to do. Click there. It's going to take me to the food item in the food library. Okay, now I have an idea of what it looks like, which is very helpful to see. Okay, you can find it on Amazon, but let's come on down here and see if anybody else has said where they. Okay, Kroger and the Vitamin Shop. Okay, I think I did buy some at Kroger one time now that I am remembering that. All right, so that's what that looks like. Okay, I'm gonna leave that on there. Let's see, I already have paprika at home. I've already got red pepper flakes at home. And, I've got salt and pepper at home. Let's see. And we'll leave the MCT and ghee butter just because. Okay, so now you've kind of customized your grocery list. You've taken the things off that don't need to be distracting you in the grocery store, okay? And then you can print this if you want to. There's your list, and take it and just check your little boxes. You can do that. And let's say, though, I'm just throwing out this idea. You know how I just removed the things I didn't really need, but let's say that you turn a grocery list. You could name a grocery list My 2021 Thanksgiving, and you could put all the recipes that you want to make for Thanksgiving in there and just leave all the items in there year after year after year. You could go back to that and it would have all the items in there. And you could just make a decision then whether or not you needed to remove the thing. So you don't actually remove them. And I like to use things for, I just came up with that idea. Yeah, it was smart, Jelena, because the reason I thought of that was because now that those recipes are added down there, you could like Christmas morning. Guess what we're going to have for Christmas morning this year? Best breakfast casserole. And we're going to have, the bread pudding, because a lot of times people will like something savory and sweet. It's going to be really good. So what I might do is I might put a grocery list called Christmas morning, and then I can throw the best breakfast casserole in there and the bread pudding casserole in there, but then not remove any of the things. And then I would be able to quickly and easily go shopping from that. So you can name them whatever you want to. I even have a grocery list called Might Want to Try because I don't really want it right then, but it looks interesting and I might want to try it. And so when I go into the grocery store, I can go to my Might Want to Try grocery list and go, is there anything in there? Yeah, let's buy that today. Okay, so we showed you how to print it. Here's all the recipes. And if you needed to get back to it, you can click there. If you needed to add a grocery item, let's say that, oh, I needed to get some, I need to get some Borden's fat-free slices. I just clicked on add food item. I look up the item. I don't really need to open this item because I know I want them. I'm going to click that, add it to my list, click there. Oh, it says I've already got that in there. Okay. It won't let you add things twice. That's going to have to be the new thing, that it's added twice. So let's just get this one in there. Okay. And then from that spot, I'm going to hit my back button. Well, there we go. I hit my back button twice. So there we are. And let's see if that cheese is in there. There we go. The Borden fat-free cheese singles. And there's the ones I just added. The Borden fat-free pepper jack cheese singles. So one thing we might want to be aware of is if in these recipes they call for the same thing, I don't know if it'll pop it in there twice or not and show you that you need 2 of them. So y'all keep that in mind, okay? Because you might need to come in here and write a 2 next to something, okay? All right. Well, this is really the coolest thing. I just love this. I'm going to go ahead and mark off that I've done that now. If y'all want to move through these laps, you can, but always, if you're brand new, let's start with lap 1. Lap 1 is where it's at. Lap 1 and lap 2. And then you just keep moving forward. If you have missed any videos this week, you go to lap 2. It says watch the daily fast track webinars, just like what we did tonight. You can watch Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday right there. Okay. And I'm clicking on this because look, y'all want to see, look at my, no, not that. Look, I changed this. I changed this to this is my senior picture right here. I thought it was fun. I've ended up with way too many Google accounts. And so what I did was I put my original Google account with my senior picture in it, my Shibboleth Google account with my pink 11th grade prom dress picture in it. And then did anybody else have big hair like that? I don't know if you can see it very well, but did anybody else have big hair like that? Were you an 80s girl and have big hair? The other thing that I normally show tonight, but I didn't, Chris did, but I didn't get to, was because my phone died, is Jelena. Yeah, I like the big hair. I'll go back and do that every once in a while. But on my phone, I have a shortcut to grocery lists saved on my home screen. And so once that grocery list is created, I literally do not even have to print that. Now, if I want to make sure that the grocery list stays in my grocery list, then I wouldn't do this idea that I'm going to say, but you can go in there and you can hit the minus buttons and take it off, and it makes your grocery list smaller while you're in the grocery list. And then you don't have as much to look at while you're picking everything out. But if you didn't want to remove that, then you can just, you don't have to do that. Okay. Awesome. Well, I hope y'all join me in the morning for the Shibby show. I really, really do. And back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we are going over freebies, extras, snacks, and meal replacements. And those 4 topics are typically used, or a lot of void replacements are in those when we want to eat something that is like a Pop-Tart. But you can, I'll see you in the morning, Chris, too. You're welcome, Deidre. But like if you want a Pop-Tart, see, Pop-Tarts before they hurt us, not helped us, but that legendary tasty pastry is used as a snack or a meal replacement, depending on how many calories. I'd have to look at it again, but we're going to go over that tomorrow night. All right. Y'all have a great night, and I'll see you in the morning and tomorrow night. Bye, everybody.